Welcome back to Regs Automotive, where everything we do is hard. It's a very musty day on the outside today, as you can see if we look right out there. But we got the motor out of the Str-8, so we're going to be trying to install the new motor today. So it's all out and ready to go. So this is going to be my task for today, trying to put this motor back in here and have it in the car. Probably going to try to see if we can get it started today. That would be a good thing. But I'm going to take you guys over here to, this is the old motor right here. That is already out, so I have to go and do a whole bunch of swaps and get all of everything swapped off here over to the new engine. So let me take you over here to show you what the new engine looks like. Got some utility work going on the outside. This is the new engine, and this is actually a long block. Came from a reputable source, and we're going to be putting this motor in that Str-8. So got my work cut out for me today, getting this engine prepped and ready to go. But I'm optimistic in how it runs. Look like everything is absolutely brand new. Or they did a good Remand job on it, you know. This looks like it costs a pretty penny, but I'm not sure. We'll see how it works out. So that's the way it came. Very beautiful looking, you know. Very beautiful looking. So walk back over here, comparing to what that one looks like and the old one that came out. This is the one that came out right here that we were having a lot of problems with it knocking, and actually the piston skirt was actually touching the balancer and the crankshaft. So the guy finally did the right thing and opted into buying a brand new motor to get this vehicle back up and running. All right, keep you guys posted. Seems like I got my work cut out for me for the day. Yeah, here is we trying to take this motor apart so we can actually prepare it for the other engine, where we're taking everything off. As you can see, when we put it in, we actually wind up putting fresh oil on the inside. So now we're draining everything out to take all of the parts off of the old motor to get it onto the new motor. And we can actually see that, you know, the oil has come out of it. And I don't know how this guy think that this motor was going to be good, but he was warned. I try to tell him so many times, and you can see even if this motor was good, this motor is mixing, right? The oil and coolant is mixing right here. So there's definitely something wrong with it on the inside. There's no way that this could be good. So we're now draining the oil down from there. You can see it's kind of milky looking. See the way it is? So this is just a bad motor. Guys, stay away from Facebook Marketplace unless you know what you're doing. You know, with these folks, definitely it's a criminal enterprise, you know, in terms of people selling stuff on there. You know, once they get your money, they walk away. And there's nothing you can do. There's no repercussions for you to get your money back. Stay away from that. So this is just a bad motor. So he finally did the right thing after so many tries, and you can see it. But he actually wasted my time. You know, I got a lot of work to do. But I'm still going to charge him. You know, I'm human. He's human. I probably can't charge him the full price to put the new motor that he finally got in the vehicle because I know his parents. But, you know, it's a lot of labor, you know, to do this thing and to find out that, you know, that is bad. You know, he was warned. So I guess I would have no sympathy in trying to charge him again, you know, to get the new motor. So to put that new motor in, you know, because it's labor, you know, it's a lot of work. You know, we have to do this over and over and over and over again, you know. But that's what it is, you know. The other motor is sitting right in the corner over there. That is the motor that actually came out of it. And, you know, this is the motor that actually came out of it this time around that he got off Facebook Marketplace. As you can see right there, 6.4 liter. So he finally got a new motor. That motor's on the outside. But this is what we have to do. We're just going to take it down, drain all the fluids like you can see right here. And we're going to be setting this thing back up so we'll be able to put the motor back in this vehicle. All right, we're in the prep phase. Right back on the SRT. Seems like we have actually finished with the conversion. The swap over from all of the old parts from the old motor onto the new motor that they're going to be putting in. As you can see right there, this is the old. So guys, this take a lot of time to do that. You know, we had to get the new gasket for the timing cover set. New valve cover gaskets, new oil pan gasket, new oil pump, and we put everything on over here. So everything is pretty much all set and ready to go. So you can see that this motor Looks good. It looks like it came from a reputable rebuilder, but time will tell. When we put it in the vehicle and get the vehicle started, that's when I actually will try to give the rebuilder credit for the job that they have done. So we got everything all set up and everything ready to go. It is set for installation. Just gonna take a little break, and we'll be trying to put this motor back in the SRT scat pack to see if we can get it started here. All right, this motor is very heavy. It weighs a lot, so I actually put everything on the table right here so I can have a good angle of working on it, because if you have it on the floor, you know, this thing will definitely wreck your back with you bending and trying to swap everything over while it's on the floor. So I recommend that you guys have a table like this where you can actually put both motors on top of it, and you can actually see what you're doing and don't have to rest your back, so it wouldn't affect your back, you know. So everything came out good. Looks like it's ready to go. That is the gasket that we actually had to change, this little O-ring type gasket there, the oil pan gasket. Put it in. Like I said, it looks nice and prepped and ready to go. We're not going to go with a new oil pump. We're just going to, a water pump here. We knew the exact bolts to take out so we wouldn't have to disturb the water pump. It's not shaking or anything like that. It's in pretty good shape, right? So and does not appear to be leaking, as you can see up in here. So it's good. So we're just going to leave that. So we know exactly the bolts and the position of the bolts to take off in order to get the timing cover off. So we're just going to leave the water pump in there. Try to save some money for the guy. Yeah, so that's how it turned out. You know, we did replace the new gaskets on the exhaust manifold also. New valve cover gaskets, the coils are installed. This motor did come with new spark plugs, so we didn't have to remove the old spark plugs from this motor to put it over here. But this is the old motor that had an issue. This engine seems to have an issue with two things. It is actually mixing antifreeze, right? And it's also knocking. So this was just a bad Facebook market motor that the guy bought. Hopefully when his job is all said and done, I can probably sell some core parts. If anyone is interested in it, you know, we can definitely sell some core parts on this. But that is the vehicle up in the air and is suspended and up in the air waiting to be lowered back down so we can install the new engine that we'd already prepped.